lessons, chapter 10, chapter number 15, probability. In exercise 15.1, question number 22 onwards, we have to solve the sums, right? In which there is given, refer to example number 13. So in example number 13, there is a given, there is a two dice. There are two dice. One is a blue color dice and another one is a grey color dice. These two dice are thrown, and so you all are know that in a dice there are six faces are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Same way here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in another die. So in example number 13, there is given one is a blue die and another is a grey die, and that two dice are thrown. So they say complete the following table. In that table, if you observe, the event is given sum of the two dice. Suppose we throw out two dice, right? So we get the two outcomes. So we can say the sum of these two dice is a 2 plus 2 is a 4, right? So that way they give the sum on the two dice. If you get the 1 outcomes, then you can say sum is a 2, right? If in here you get the 2 and here you get the 1, so you get the sum is a 3. That way 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Whenever in both dice, if we get the 6, then its summation will become a 1, right? So that way all summations are possible from 2 to 12. Minimum outcome is a summation in terms of the summation on the two dice is a 2, because on both dice if we get the 1, then its summation is become a 2. And maximum outcome is what? In both dice we get the 6 as outcomes. So 6 plus 6 its summation we get as a 12. And in between that number of outcomes is also possible. So they said that events probability we have to find out, and we have to complete this table, right? So first of all, how many possible outcomes for these two dice? Okay, so we have to define here in a solution. When two dice are thrown, then all possible outcomes are here I mentioned that outcomes. Okay, suppose here I take the first die outcome, all outcomes. Which are the in a one die outcomes? There are 1 to 6 outcomes are there. Second die's outcomes. In second die also there is a 6 faces are there. So 1 to 6 outcomes are there. Now, which are the possible outcomes? So whenever in a first die you get 1, in second die also you get 1, then we can say that outcome is possible. 1, 1. This one is represent the first die outcome. This one is represent the second die outcome. Another possible outcome is what? In a first die you get the 1, but in a second die you get as a 2 as a outcome. So that time we get in a one dice, first dice you get the 1, in second dice you get the 3. That way we have to write the all possible outcome of first dice 1 outcomes, right? Same way in a first die if you get the 2, but second die you get the 1. Same way here 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, right? And 2 and 5 and 2 and 6. These are the possible outcomes. Another thing, in a first die suppose you get the 3, but in second die you get the 1. Same way, first die you get the 3, second die you get the 2, first die 3, second die 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, and 3, 6. Right? Same way, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, and 4, 6. Right? 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, and 5, 6. Right? And same way 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, and 6, 6. So these are the possible outcomes. So whenever you throw out two dice are thrown, then how many possible outcomes are we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can say 6, 6 are 36. So total number of all possible outcomes are what? Possible outcomes. Whenever you throw two dice together, then you get the total number of outcomes is 36. Now, based on the event, we have to consider whatever we have to find out. Based on that, we have to solve the question. Okay. So, sum on the two dice we required 3. 2 is already given, whose probability is 1 by 36. Now, second question probability we have to find out, and second question event is what? Sum on two dice. We have to require summation is a 3. So, let me take the event. Let this is a for the first one. Suppose we consider. Let event A, we take as a event A. A is represent getting the sum on two dice. Sum on two dice as 3, right? As 3. So number of favorable outcome is how many? Number of favorable outcomes to event A is how many? Yes. From this outcome, tell me in a two dice, in how many outcomes we get the sum as a 3? So observe here. In these two outcomes, 2 plus 1 is a 3, 1 plus 2 is a 3. So we can say in these two outcomes summation we get as a 3. In remaining outcomes summation we are not getting as a 3. Okay. Suppose you take this outcome summation. So 1 plus 1 is a 2 only. So but these two outcome summation 1 plus 3 is a 4. But in a question we required summation of the two dice as a 3. So in these two outcome only we get as a 3. So favorable outcome is a 2. Which outcomes we get the 3 in these two outcomes? Right? Summation we get as a 3. So probability event A is equal to favorable outcomes. We have to write in a numerator number of favorable outcomes. In denominator we have to write the total number of all possible outcomes. Total number of all possible outcomes. Right? So number of favorable outcome is 2 divided by total number of all possible outcome is 36. So we get the 18 in denominator. So 1 by 18 is a probability of the two dice summation as a 3. Or you can say 2 by 36 is also right answer. Right? So that way here we have to write 1 by 18, or you can define 2 by 36. Okay. Same way we have to write the summation on two dice as a 4. So let me take an event. Let event B is equal to getting the summation of sum of two dice as 4. Right? So in their possible outcomes we have to check it out. Its favorable outcomes, number of favorable outcomes. In how many outcomes we get the summation as a 4? So check here. Here in these three outcomes, see 3 plus 1 is a 4, 2 plus 2 is a 4, 1 plus 3 is a 4. So we can say there are 3 possible outcomes in which we get the summation as a 4. Which 3 outcomes is there? We have 1 3, 2 2 and 3 1. These 3 possible outcomes in which we get the summation as a 4. So the probability of B event, favorable outcome we have to write in a numerator 3, and denominator we have to write the 36, total number of all possible outcome. So we get the 3 by means 12 3s are 36. So P of B is equal to, we get the 1 by 12. Right. So you can take both answer is right, 1 by 12 or 3 by 36. Okay, both is valid answer. Now same way summation on two dice we have to take as a 5. So suppose here I take the C event, getting the summation on two dice as a 5. So its favorable outcomes we have to write as a C event you have to take. So you have to check it out from the all possible outcomes. In how many outcomes we get the summation as a 5. So we can say in these 5 outcomes, in these 4 outcomes I get the summation as a 5. 1 plus 4 is a 5, 2 plus 3 is a 5, 3 plus 2 is a 5, 4 plus 1 is a 5. So we can write as a 4. Right? Which 4 outcomes? We can write 1 4, 2 3, 3 2 and 4 1. These 4 outcomes in which we get the summation on two dice as a 5. So favorable outcomes we have to write as a 4 and total number of outcomes is a 36. So 4 9s are 36. So we get the probability of the C event which we represent the summation on two dice as a 1 by 9. 1 by 9, or you can write it is what? 4 by 36. Okay. Now I take the sixth one. On both the dice, getting the summation as a 6. So you have to check it out in this one. In how many outcomes we get the summation as a and 2 dice as a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In these 5 outcomes, we get the summation as a on 2 dice as a 6. 5 outcomes. Which are the 5 outcomes which we have to mention here? So you clear with that. 1, 5. Here is a 2, 4. Here is a 3, 3. And 4, 2. And 5. These 5 outcomes which we can say as a summation on the 2 dice as a 6. So probability of getting a D event. In numerator we have to write the 6. In denominator total number of outcome is a 36. So we can say 6 6 are 36. So we get the 1 by 6. So both answer is valid. Here we can write 1 by 6 or we get the 5 by 36. 5 by sorry here we have to write the 5. Total number of favorable outcome is 5 divided by 36. So we get the 5 by 36 is our answer. Okay. 5 by 36. Right. Now see similarly you have to solve the remaining sums same way. Okay. Now in which you can observe in our outcome. Suppose you consider this outcome. This is a probability. So what you get? 1 by 36, 2 by 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36, 5 by 36. That outcome you get the 6 by 36. Then after you get the decreasing order 5 by 36, 4 by 36, 3 by 36 and 2 by 36 and last one is a 1 by 36. Okay, so whenever you complete then that is your answer. Okay, so that way we can find out the probability of on the 2 dice the summation of from 2 to 12. Now second question is given. Students argue that there are 11 possible outcomes. Which are the 11? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These outcomes, total outcome you can say, if you count, then it is become 11 outcomes. So therefore, each of them has a probability 1 by 11. Students say, here is a 11 possible outcomes. So each of the probability, we are getting a 1 by 11. Do you agree with that? This argument and justify your answer. So from the probability, we can say we are not getting a 1 by 11 each of the outcomes. Why we are not getting each of the probability as a 1 by 11? Here is 11 possible outcome then. Because here is the total number of possible outcome is a 36, not a 11. Total number of possible outcomes. Whenever 2 dice is lost, you get the 36. That's why here we are not getting a 1 by 11 as a each of the probability. Okay, so they said each of the probability each of them has a probability 1 by 11. But from the table we can observe each of the probability is not 1 by 11. Why? Because the total number of all possible outcome is a 36. Right? So in their answer, question number 2's answer we have to mention. First question is that do you agree with that this argument? So we have to write no, we are not agree. We are not agree with given argument. With given argument. And they said justify your answer. Why we are not agree? Because the total number of all possible outcomes. Because the total number of all possible outcomes is 36. That's why we are never get a probability is 1 by 11. Okay. So this is the question number 22. Now we have to solve the question number 23. This table we take right now because we have to use for the another sum. Now we are solving the question number 23. Question number 23. There is given a game consists of tossing a 1 rupees coin 3 times. One coin will toss 3 times. Okay, right? And noting its outcome each time. Hanif wins if all the tosses give the same results. For example, 3 there is one person Hanif is given and his chances of winning it is depend on the condition. Which condition is given? If Hanif gets all outcomes are same, then he will win the game. Right? All outcomes means what? Suppose you toss the 3 times for toss, right? Coin toss 3 times. So in these 3 outcomes, you get the same outcome. So it means what? Head, or tail, right? So and loses otherwise. If you another outcomes he get, so he lose the game. Calculate the probability of Hanif will lose the game. So here we define in a point H represent head. Head represent H with that way, right? Head represent as H and tail represent as capital T. Okay. Now here it is given 1 rupees coins tossing the 3 times. Here 1 rupee coin tossing the 3 times. So how many possible outcomes? So possible outcomes are see, suppose 1 rupees coin you toss the first time. That means 3 times you toss. 3 times you toss means in a 3 outcomes you get the head. So you get the head in first time, second in first head, and third time is also you get the head. Another possibility is also there. Which one? First 2 times you get the head, but last time you get the tail. Right? Another possibility is also there. First time you get head, then tail and head. And you get the tail, head. Okay. Another possibility is what? Tail. In these 3 outcomes you get the tail only. Then after tail, head. Then after tail, head, tail. And head, tail. So these are the possible outcomes. Okay. So how you can understand or easy for you how many outcomes you have to write. So for that, suppose in a point there are possible outcome is 2. Right? Head and tail. Suppose I say one time I toss a ball, then this formula you have to write 2 raised to n. Okay. If you toss a coin only one time, then how many possible outcomes? N is equal to you have to put as a 1. So you get the 2 possible outcomes, which are head and tail. But if I say I toss a coin 2 times, so in place of n you have to put as a 2. So total possible outcome you get as a 4. Which 4 outcomes? Head, tail, head, and tail. These 4 outcomes are possible. Whenever one coin you toss 2 times. One coin you toss 3 times. So in place of n you have to put a 3. 2 cube means what? 8. So whenever one coin you toss 3 times, so 2 raised to 3, 8 outcomes you get. Which are the 8 outcomes? These are the 8 outcomes. Okay. How you have to remember? We all are know head and tail in one point. So first of all write the all head. Then last you have to put as a tail. Then second you have to put as a tail. And then first you have to take as a tail. Then all 3 outcomes you have to write the tail. In the first 2 as a tail, but last one is a head. Then you have to take your head, and the first one is a head. Remaining are tail. Okay, so that way you have to remember. Now our question is that Hanif will win a game if all tosses are the same outcomes. The same outcomes in these 2 cases. Head, tail. Here we cannot say the same outcomes in all these 3 diagrams. Right? So the question is given, find the probability of Hanif will lose the game. Lose the game's probability we have to find out. So we have to take the event, let we take as an event A, which is represent Hanif will lose the game. Hanif will lose the game. So loser game's favorable outcomes we have to write. So number of favorable outcomes to event A. So we have to define in how many outcomes he lose the game. As per the question, if same outcomes we get, then we will win the game. So it means in these all 6 outcomes we will lose the game. So favorable outcomes we are getting as a 6. Which are 6? These 6 outcomes. In that case, he will lose the game, and lose games probability we have to find out. So probability of A in formula favorable outcome we have to write here, and total number of outcome, that thing we have to define here in a number form. Total number of possible outcomes. How many? As I told you, if you count all these one, so you get as a 8. So 6 by 8. So this is a 3 twos are, and this is a 4 twos are. 2 2 cancel out. So we get the 3 by 4 as a probability of Hanif will lose a game. Okay. So that is our question. Now question number 24, which is based on that one. Let's say a die is thrown twice. One die you throw on 2 times. Right. So first die is all possible outcome we write. Second die is all possible outcome we write here. And all possible outcome you have to rewrite in your answer. Okay. What is the probability that first question is given? 5 will not come up either time. And second question is given, 5 will come up at least once. This is important, right? 5 will come up at least once. Now see, here they say a die is thrown twice. So remember that thing. 2 dice we throw 1 times, and 1 die we throw 2 times. Right? 2 times. So its probability in all possible outcome is same. Okay. So how many possible outcomes we get? Whenever you throw 1 dice twice time, so we get the total number of possible outcomes. All possible outcomes is 36. Right? These 36 outcomes we get if you throw 1 die is thrown twice. So now 5 will not come up either time. So in that outcome we have not required 5 in any outcomes. It means in a first outcome or as well as second outcome, right? So we can say in that outcomes we get the 5 here, and in these outcomes we get the 5, right? But as per the question, 5 will not come up either time. Any one time we are not required as a 5. So in how many outcomes we get the 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That outcome we consider in a row. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 11 outcomes in which we get the 5. But we have to write the 5 will not come up. So in that all possible outcomes we are not getting as a 5. So it means from the 36 there are 11 outcomes in which we get the 5. So from the 36 we have to subtract that 11 outcomes. So we can say remaining outcomes in which the 5 will not come up either time. Right? So let me take the event A, whatever our question. For that we take the event A. In event A is represent 5 will not come up either time. So its favorable outcomes we have to write. So number of favorable outcomes to event A. So as I told you, how many outcomes you get? These are all outcomes. It is from the total number of outcomes is 36, in which we have to subtract the 11 outcomes. Right? So we get the 95. So favorable outcome is 95. So probability of getting an event 5 will not come up either time. It means favorable outcome is a 25 and total number of outcomes is a 36 as we represent. Right? So these are the probability in which 5 will not come up either time. As I told you, second number is important. 5 will come up at least once. So this word is very important. More important this word, at least once. At least once. The meaning is what? We have required minimum 1 time. If you get the more than 1 time 5, then it is okay. But not less than 1 time. Okay. The meaning of that at least once means in all possible outcomes, in our outcomes we require at least 1 time as a 5. More than time if you get the 5, then it is okay. But not less than 5 times. Okay. 1 time 5. So in that outcomes we get the 5. Right? as a at least once. Now suppose at most one is there, say at most one. So it means that there at most once time is given. So not more than one time we require 5. Okay. So whenever if in place of that question they said 5 will come up at most once. At most once means these outcomes are possible, but that outcomes are not considered in at most one, because in which our 5 outcomes we get the 2 times. But at most once means maximum one time we require. Less than one time, if you get the 5, then it is okay. But not more than one time we require as a 5. This is the meaning of at most one. At least once means a minimum time we require 5, and if more than one time is 5, then it is okay. Okay. So the meaning of that at least and at most is this one. So that event we take the let the event B as a 5 will come out at least once. 5 will come out at least one. So at least once means favorable outcomes we have to write down. The number of favorable outcomes to event B. So as I told you, in how many outcomes you get the 5 at least once? This 11 outcomes you get the at least once 5 as outcome. So probability of getting a B event its favorable outcome is 11. Total number of outcomes is 6. Okay. So this is a question number 23. Now 24 number question. Sorry, this is the question number 24. Now question number 25. Question number 25. See, which of the following arguments are correct and which are not correct? Okay, first question is given, the argument is given, it is correct or not correct, that we have to define. Give reason for your answer. In the first question there is given, if the 2 points are tossed simultaneously, 2 points we have to toss, there are all 3 possible outcomes. In a question, in an argument, there is given 2 points if you toss simultaneously, then you get the 3 possible outcomes. As per the argument, in a question there is given these things. Which 3 possible outcomes they give? 2 add, then said 2 tell, and or one of each. One of each means HT or TH, right? In which one of each is given. One of each. Now, therefore, each of these outcomes, the probability is 1 by 3. In that outcome, they give the each of the probability of one of these probability is 1 by 3. So given argument is correct or not, that thing we have to define. So we can say the given argument is not correct. Why it is not correct, we have to also justify. Because as I told you, whenever 2 points you toss simultaneously, so we are not getting the 3 possible outcomes. Here already I have already explained you. Whenever 2 times you toss, then 2 raised to 2 you get, means 4 possible outcomes you get. Which are the 4 possible? Add, tell, and tell. These 4 possible outcomes you get. Right? So 3 possible outcomes we are not getting. And each of the add, tells and tells probability is 1 by 3. That is given in a given argument. So we are not getting the 1 by 3 outcomes. If you find the had possible outcomes probability, then we get the 1 is a favorable outcome and total outcome is a 4, 1 by 4. Same way, that event's probability 1 by 4. That event's probability 1 by 4. And that event's probability is 1 by 4. Not 1 by 3. Right? So we can write here in this one of each, there are 2 possible outcomes. These 2 possible outcomes. Head, tail and tail head. And its probability is 1 plus of 1 by 3, we get the 1 by 4. Here in there can be 2 possible outcomes. There can be 2 possible outcomes in one of each case. One of each case, and its probability of each case is 1 by 4. That's why it is not correct outcome. Okay, here we define the reason. Now in second one, if a die is thrown, one die, there are two possible outcomes, an odd number or an even number, right? Suppose I give here I mentioned whenever a die is thrown once, right? So how many outcomes you get? 6 outcomes you get. These 6 outcomes. So as per the question, they said two possible outcomes which are an odd number and even number. So in odd number, which number we get? 1, 3 and 5. 1, 3 and 5. In even number, which 3 number we get? 2, 4 and 6. Right? So therefore the probability of getting an odd number, the probability of this number is, we get the 1 by 2. So given argument is right or wrong, that thing we have to decide. So how we can decide that odd numbers probability we have to find out, right? So we have to take as a, here total number of outcome we get as a 6. Total number of outcome in a one die is a 6. Whenever that event probability you have to find out. So probability of the A event in which the odd numbers probability you have to find out. So there are the 3 numbers favorable outcomes which are the odd, and total number of outcome is a 6. Total number of outcome is a 6. So we get the 1 by 2. So yes, it is a right, because they said the probability of getting an odd number outcomes is a 1 by 2. So it is a correct statement. It is a correct argument. Correct argument. Okay. So that way we have to solve our exercise. Here is our exercise 15 is a 15.1 is a completed. Okay. I hope all of you do very well with this chapter, and this is a very scoring chapter. It is very easy, and you have to solve the different type of extra sums. So you get the which type of sums asked in a exam. Okay.